Hey everyone, I'm AJ from Whole Latte Love here with the list of our top 5 favorite espresso grinders of 2021. In this video, I'll cover a wide range of equipment from an entry-level no-frills option to a more feature-filled choice with weight-based dosing, all the way up to a heavy-duty commercially certified grinder. I'll present these in order of their price at the time of this video from lowest to highest, and all of the products will be linked down in the video description in case you want to check out their current price or get more info. I'll give you the details on each grinder, compare their features, and help you decide which one best suits your needs. And at the end, I'll give you the results of my own head-to-head testing on each grinder's speed, noise output, and dose consistency. With that, let's get to our favorite grinders of the year and the key features of each. Facile is the Italian word for easy, and that's just what this grinder is. It strips down some of the luxury features from more expensive products in Eureka's catalog, such as digital displays, timed grinding, and larger burrs, to leave you with the bare essentials to get a clean and consistent high-quality grind. While it's classified as an all-purpose grinder, where it really shines is in the espresso range. The stepless micrometric grind adjustment knob allows you to dial in with ease and precision. Adjust clockwise for a finer grind or counterclockwise for a coarser one. The Mignon Facile uses Eureka's silent system for ultra-quiet grinding. It features 50mm flat hardened steel burrs and a strong 260-watt motor. Similar to other Eureka grinders like the Atom and Zenith, the Mignon's grind adjustment knob doesn't directly move the burrs, but instead raises and lowers the shaft inside the motor, which in turn raises and lowers the bottom burr. This unique solution not only provides incredible control over adjustments, but also allows the Facile to retain your grind setting when you remove the top burr for cleaning. A feature found in all of their on-demand grinders, Eureka's ACE system is designed to prevent clumps and eliminate the electrostatic charge of ground coffee. This also helps ensure dose consistency and cleanliness inside the grinder. With the Facile, operation is as easy as the name implies. Press the button with your portafilter to start grinding, and release it to stop. With a solid construction and impressive performance, the Eureka Mignon Facile is one of the best values in home espresso grinders. Baratza Sette 270WI is a great choice for those who are serious about their espresso, but don't want to pay for a run-for-decades, machine-grade prosumer level grinder. If you're familiar with the Sette series, you'll know that the 270WI is the top of the line model, with improvements over both the Sette 30 and Sette 270. Grind size is adjusted via 2 rings, a stepped macro ring and a stepless micro ring. Dosing is weight-based, thus the W in the grinder's name. An integrated Akaya scale built into the portafilter holder measures your ground coffee in real time, shutting off automatically when it's reached your desired weight of ground coffee. The I in the name stands for intelligent. In order to hit that weight, the grinder is actively measuring the output rate into the portafilter. Since it grinds so fast, it needs to turn off the motor before reaching the desired dose, allowing for the burrs to come to a full stop and the remaining ground coffee to fall into the portafilter. After a grind cycle, the Sette 270WI will assess the actual weight versus the desired weight and adjust this offset for subsequent cycles so it gets more accurate each time you grind. In other words, the grinder will learn the qualities of your coffee and make adjustments in order to hit your dose. Change the dose, grind size, or type of beans, and it will adjust the grind time to match automatically. The Sette's conical burrs are positioned directly above the dispensing chute and portafilter catch. This straight-through design leads to fast grind times and near-zero retention, making this a good option if you want to single dose. It also leads to a centered, even distribution of fluffy grinds in the portafilter. Not only can you use this grinder hands-free, but you're actually intended to, since the scale auto-tears before grinding. So just lock in your portafilter, hit your programmed dose button, and let the intelligent, weight-based grinding of the Sette do the rest. So what's the trade-off for all of this? Well, the build quality on the Sette may not match up with some of the more heavy-duty models on the list. There's a bit more plastic, and it's a bit louder while operating than the rest. But for the price, you're not going to find another grinder anywhere with the features and grind quality of the Baratza Sette 270WI. The E5Pro espresso grinder from Ceado is a perfect example of taking a great product and making it even better. If you've been following our channel for a while or are familiar with Ceado grinders, you may already know about the E5P. Released in 2016 as the manual version of the popular timer-based E6P, this 64mm flat burr grinder took the market by storm. Featuring Ceado's steady lock burr system, smooth stepless grind adjustment, and a 300-watt motor, it's no wonder that this grinder was so popular right out of the gate. Not without its flaws, the original model's grinding switch was activated by your portafilter spouts, making it difficult to use with a bottomless portafilter. A 2020 update to the E5P solved this issue by switching to a pulse button on the side of the grinder. Just press the button for on-demand grinding that stops once you let it go. While this opened up use for all portafilter types, we realized that some people may find using two hands or reaching around the side to press the button less than ideal. This is why we worked directly with Ceado to develop the E5Pro, sold exclusively by Whole Latte Love. The E5Pro is the best of both worlds, allowing for easy operation using the portafilter switch or pulse button, whichever suits your needs. It may seem like a minor change, but it certainly bumps up the level of convenience and functionality in an already tried and tested grinder. Ceado's E5Pro is perfect for anyone looking for commercial quality grinding at a size and price fit for home users. In fact, with their 64mm burrs, the E5P and E5Pro are the least expensive doserless grinders we carry with a burr set that large. If you're looking for an incredibly consistent and reliable, well-built grinder, but don't really need extra features such as time or weight-based grinding, take a good look at the Ceado E5Pro. Take everything I mentioned earlier when I talked about the Facile, upgrade it, and you have the Eureka Mignon Magnifico. You still get the compact body, quiet operation, stepless micrometric grind adjustment, and ACE system to prevent clumping and static. But the Magnifico features larger 55mm hardened steel burrs. Those burrs have been treated with a patented cryogenic process known as diamond inside. This unique process results in greater hardness and resistance to wear, ensuring a much longer burr life. Additionally, the Magnifico sports a digital touchscreen display, which is angled up for easy viewing and operation. This display allows for precise, time-based dosing, adjustable in tenths of a second. You can program different presets for single and double shots, or press both those buttons to switch to manual grinding. A smaller but notable change is the inclusion of an adjustable, multi-position portafilter fork. This can be raised or lowered depending on the height of your portafilter to allow for hands-free grinding, locking the portafilter head securely beneath the chute. Available in 15 different colors, there is a style of Magnifico to match any machine setup or kitchen style around. With precise adjustment, beautiful grinds, and decades-long service life, the E37S is a commercial-grade tool for serious espresso enthusiasts. It has huge 83mm burrs, a mechanically suspended 500-watt motor for quiet operation, and a quick-set gear for precise, stepless control over your grind size. Ceado's steady lock burr system keeps the burrs locked into place at a constant distance apart, whether they're grinding for 1 shot or 100, which ensures consistent grounds and simply doesn't allow the burrs to fall out of calibration. With the solid top collar on the E37S, you can remove the top burr with just 3 screws, and there's no exposed threads for coffee to gunk up, making it harder to adjust later. Plus, when you put it back together, there's no change in position, so no need to recalibrate. The touchscreen display lets you program time doses for single, double, or triple shots, or you can grind manually on demand. The adjustable portafilter lock allows for sturdy, hands-free operation with portafilters of any size or type, including bottomless. Distribution within the portafilter is even and very clean. The E37S is NSF and ETL certified for commercial use, but if you're really serious about espresso, it's one of, if not the best home espresso grinder on the market. On a personal note, this is my favorite grinder we carry and my go-to anytime I'm shooting a machine review or technique video. I've been using this exact unit for over 2 years, and it's just as consistent today as the first time I pulled it off the shelf. When I need beautiful, fluffy grinds and balanced, delicious shots, the Ceado E37S is always my first choice. In order to compare grinding speed, I first dialed in each grinder to produce a 1:2 ratio of 18 grams in and 36 grams out in 25 to 30 seconds. I then measured the output of grinds over 10 seconds, divided by 10, and repeated this 3 times for each model. Here are the results showing the average output based on those tests. The slowest of the bunch was the Facile, followed by the E5Pro, then the Magnifico. You get a pretty significant step up with the Ceado E270WI thanks to its conical burrs and straight-through grinding design, then a massive leap up with the huge burrs and powerful motor of the E37S. Note that these numbers are based on the specific beans and recipe that I was using and can vary based on a number of factors. Next, I tested how loud each grinder was during operation. It's no secret that smashing hundreds of hardened objects into extremely tiny pieces at rapid speeds creates some noise, but some manufacturers do better than others at dampening and minimizing that sound produced. I ran some informal testing to determine the audio level produced by each grinder when dialed in for Espresso. I'll list them from loudest to quietest, and also let you hear their noise at full volume without any modifications. Loudest of the bunch was the Ceado E270WI, followed by the E5Pro, then the Magnifico, next is the E37S, and lastly, the quietest of the group, the Facile. Extra built-in features like time or weight-based dosing are great in theory, but are really only useful in practice if they can produce accurate, repeatable results. The last test I performed was dose consistency. Since the Facile and E5Pro are strictly manual, I excluded them from these tests. For the Magnifico and E37S, I set my time to produce an 18-gram dose when dialed in for Espresso. For the Sette, I simply programmed an 18-gram weighted dose. Here are the results of 5 grind cycles on each grinder. The Magnifico performed well, nailing exactly 18.0 twice, with an average deviation of 0.22 grams. No surprise, the E37S was the best of the bunch, averaging within 1/10 of a gram and hitting exactly 18.0 on 3 out of 5 tries. The Sette was initially dosing a little heavy, averaging 0.3 grams deviation in the first 5 tests. Now remember that the intelligent technology built into this grinder learns and improves over time, so I ran 5 more tests, and sure enough the results were much better, averaging 0.12 grams off. Had I continued grinding, this surely would have continued to get better and better. Keep in mind that 0.12 grams represents less than 1% of the final dose, so these results are actually pretty remarkable. Of course, we recommend having a scale handy regardless of your grinder, and it's easy enough to add a little or take away a little if you want that perfect dose. So there you have our top 5 favorite espresso grinders of 2021. If you have any questions about these products or anything else, leave a comment below and I'll get back to you. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel by clicking the button right here, and be sure to come back for more of the best on everything coffee, brought to you by Whole Latte Love.